Good morning, children. So, till last period, I taught you about the cartilage. So, what is cartilage? Cartilage is the additional part of the skeleton that are not as hard as bones and which can be bent. Okay. So, cartilage is a part of the skeleton, but they are not as hard as the bones. And can you bend the bone? No, but the cartilage can be bent. So, these are the differences. Bones are harder than the cartilage. Cartilage are softer than the bones. Cartilage can be bent and bones can't be bent. Okay, these are the two differences. Now, feel your ear. Do you find any hard bony parts that can be bent? Yes. When you touch your ears, you can turn it, you can fold it. This is called ear pinna. Yes, you can bend it. Right. So, there do not seem to be any bones here, isn't it? Do you notice anything different between the earlobe and the portion above it? Okay, when you see the earlobe, touch your hand and put it inside the earlobe, you will feel the hard part, and the above outer portion is the softer part. Yeah, so you can feel the hard and the soft part. Do you feel something in the upper part of the ear that is not soft as the earlobe, but not as hard as the bones? Okay, isn't it? So this is cartilage. Cartilage is also found in the joints of the body. Okay, we have seen that our skeleton is made up of many bones, joints and cartilage. You could feel, bend and move many of them. Draw a neat figure of the skeleton in your notebook. Draw a neat figure of skeleton in your notebook. I have already told you, children, you have to draw all the diagrams, even the skeleton. We have learnt about the bones in our body and about the joints that help us move in different ways. I hope you remember all the joints. What makes the bones move the way they do? Let us find out. Make a list with one hand. Make a fist with one hand. What is fist? Mutti. You have to make a fist of one with one hand. Bend your arm. Okay, you can make a fist means you can bend your fingers. Right? Bend your arms at the elbow. Yes, and you can touch your shoulder with the thumb. Yeah, so there is a joint here also. Do you see any change in your upper arm? Touch it with the other hand. Okay, when you touch it, the upper arm, when you show your muscles. So, when you try to touch your shoulder with the finger, they get contracted. No, muscles get contracted, right? So, do you observe? So, this is the contraction. Yeah, you see, no? Look at this. This is the contraction. So, when you make it straight, there is no contraction straight. But when you bring your hand near to your shoulder, it gets contracted. It becomes like this. Yeah. So, this swollen region is the upper arm. This is called upper arm. Okay. So, this swollen part is the upper arm. So, from here to here, it's upper arm. Okay. This is a muscle. The muscle bulged due to contraction. So, now this is contraction. So, the muscle is bulged. It became smaller in length. Right. Now, bring your arm back to its normal position. Yeah. So, bulging is less now. Okay. So, what happened to the muscle? Is it still contracted? You can observe similar contraction of muscles in your leg when you walk or run. Okay. When contracted, muscle becomes shorter, stiffer, thicker, and it pulls the bone, right? Your bone is here right now, but when you bring it closer, right, see the bones are moving here. So you can make the bone move, right, with the help of muscles. You won't be able to move your bone if there won't be any muscles. So you can make your bones move with the help of muscles. So how does these muscles work? Okay, this is very important question. It is always asked. So muscles work in pairs. Muscles work in pairs. When one of them contracts, the bone is pulled in that direction. Okay, so what's happening here, you can see this bone is contracted, means the bone is moving in this direction, isn't it? Right? So the other muscle of the pair relaxes. The other muscle of the pair relaxes. To move the bone in the opposite direction, the relaxed muscle contracts to pull the bones towards its original position, while the first relaxes. A muscle can only pull, it cannot push. Thus, two muscles have to work together to move a bone. Okay, you can see this is contracted. It works in pair, right? So this contracts, but this relax. Okay, so but when you bring it closer, this is contracting, right? This is contracting, but the other part is relaxing. But when you put it back to the position, bring it back to the original position, so the first one will contract and the other one will relax. Okay, like this. First this is contracted. The first time what happened, this is contracted, this relax. But when you bring it to original position, this relax and this contract. Okay, so they work in pair. Muscles work in pair. This is the pair, right? Are muscles and bones always required for the movement? How do other animals move? Do all animals have bones? What about an earthworm? Now children, since we are, I have told you that we have deleted the gait of animals, means gait of animals, the way they move. So there will be no question asked on the animals movement. Alright. So here only we are going to finish a chapter, because we don't have to study how earthworm moves and how the other animals move, because this is not going to be asked. So in the textbook exercise also, if the question is based on the deleted part, that is the gait of the animal, the questions won't be asked. Alright. So this is now, what is ball and sockets, skull bones are movable. These questions are already been given. Your homework is to do question number 1, fill in the blanks, then true, false and match the column. Okay children, so please do this, and after doing this you have to show it to me, right? Click the picture and send it. So you have to do now. You can do these questions in the textbook only. Click it and show it to me. This is a textbook exercise, so show it in the group only, right? This is not a test. So here we are done with the chapter. Next we will start the new chapter, the next chapter. Alright.